Welcome to day 2 of what I eat in a week. So I have lost over 75 pounds, and these are just some ideas of things that I eat every day to try to continue losing weight. I have a goal at the end of June to lose 100 pounds, and then of course I need to lose a little bit more than that, but my goal right now is focused on that June 30th number. So I decided this week, yesterday I did a what I eat in a day video. I thought I'm gonna do a video every single day this week so you can see how I prepare and make some of my food, some of the easier things, some of the more difficult menus, and we're just making it really simple. So today I'm gonna have some protein waffles, and let me show you how I do it. So first of all, I started off my day, I did go and work out. I did some, today was arm day. And so I do strength training 3 days a week. So I had one of these little energy drinks. All you do is just add these little sticks to like an 8-ounce glass of water. And it just kind of helps, like, kind of pre-workouts. I get these at Aldi, and they're very inexpensive, and they're really good. And I also had a cup of coffee. So I finished my workout, I've come home, I've kind of been thinking about different things I'd like to eat for breakfast. I initially thought of some eggs, but I'm going to make a waffle. So let's get going. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take a cup of blueberries. I'm just gonna throw them in a pan, and I wanna heat these up. This is actually gonna be my syrup. So we're just gonna have berries and maybe a little monk fruit sweetener. I'll see how sweet they are after they're all heated up and turn into kind of a nice liquid, and then we'll get started on the waffles. So all we're gonna do is take a half a cup of this Kodiak Power Cake waffle mix, and it's really good. It's got 15 grams of protein in it, and I'm gonna put in a half a cup. And then I'm also gonna put in a half a cup of egg whites. I substitute this for the water just for the extra protein, and it makes a big difference. Now I'm gonna get my waffle maker heated up, and feel free to add a little bit of water if you feel like your mix is a little bit too thick. I'm gonna add a tablespoon or 2 of water to this. And just get it the consistency I want. This looks pretty good. And I'm gonna give my waffle maker a quick spray. I decided that I am gonna make a second cup of coffee, so I'm brewing that right now. All right, after a couple of minutes, my waffle is done. I like mine nice and crispy, and as you can see, these come out really good, these Kodiak waffles. Look at that. So in the time it took to put our waffle together and cook it, we have a beautiful blueberry topping. Look at this. Now, I didn't even add water to mine. This is just how it comes out after you cook it a few minutes. My coffee's done as well. I'm gonna add a little bit of monk fruit sweetener. I like about a tablespoon of mine in my coffee. So after a strong workout, when you're expending a lot of energy, it's really important that you replace your body with a lot of protein. Make sure that you're satiated, because right now I'm really hungry. So I also wanted to note, I'm not a doctor. Please seek medical advice before starting any diet. This is a program that I'm trying out myself. It's really just reduced calories and watching my portion size to really try to make sure that I'm eating the right amount of calories and the right amount of protein and carbs and everything every day. So anyway, these are the numbers. I'm going to put the stats on the screen here so you can see exactly what the macros are in this particular meal, and I will see you at lunch. So I wasn't able to film my lunch because my granddaughter was over and I was babysitting. But anyway, I basically had a half of a wrap. Now this is one of the La Banderita carb control tortillas. I had 2 pieces of romaine lettuce along with 2 pieces of lean chicken, deli chicken. And that was my lunch. So tonight, the way that I wanted to prepare my chicken is that I wanted to make it into kebabs, and I love Persian kebabs. So we're going to be making our own recipe for some really low-calorie Persian kebabs, chicken kebabs, and let me show you how I do it. It's really simple, and I think it's something that you'll enjoy making if you decide that this is something you want to do. So I'm going to start off by adding half of a container of this Greek non-fat yogurt. It's just a plain yogurt. And we're going to put that, I do everything in my little mini food processor. I just find that it's really the easiest way to go for me. And so this is what I do. I'm going to put half of it in here. And the other half I'm saving for another dish. Then I'm going to be putting a whole onion in. Now, if you don't use a food processor, you're going to want to grate your onion because you want all the juice from the onion to marinate into your recipe. We're going to take about a teaspoon of garlic powder, or you can use fresh garlic, whichever you prefer. I'm using powder today. I'm going to put in some salt, some pepper, and I'm also going to put in a tablespoon of turmeric. It's really good for your joints, and it also is really good to help make the chicken just a really delicious and beautiful flavor and color. So I'm just going to puree this. Then I'm going to be adding some lemon juice. Now you can add, commercial lemon juice that you have in your refrigerator. I have some lemons off a tree in my yard, so I'm going to go ahead and use those. I'm probably going to use a couple of these lemons. And this will also help to break down your chicken so that it's just really tender. This lemon juice and yogurt mixture, it just really makes a good combination for marinating your meat. All right, so I have the juice of 2 lemons in here. I'm gonna run it through the food processor again. Now I'm gonna take my chicken, it's still partially frozen, so this is gonna be fine. I just wanna cut it into chunks. And I just find it's really easy to do this when you've got this chicken partially frozen. These are just about the size that I want to put on the kebab. So I'm just gonna throw those in a bowl. And so now all I'm gonna do is put this marinade right over the top of my chicken. So all I'm going to do now is just kind of toss this chicken and this marinade. I don't have a very big bowl, but all it's going to do is sit in here today. So I don't have this completely thawed out. So I am going to put this just on the counter for about an hour, and then I'm going to let it finish thawing in the refrigerator today. And by tonight, this is going to make a delicious marinade and a delicious chicken to make into our kebabs. Now, traditionally, the kebabs are served with, sometimes it's tzatziki sauce, and they're always served with like a hummus and sometimes pita bread, flat bread, and also they're served with basmati rice. So we're gonna figure out all of our macros because we do want to stay on our diet, but we're gonna have kind of a Persian dinner tonight. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have any saffron, but I think with the turmeric and the other seasonings, it's still gonna come out really amazing. All right, so I'm just gonna cover this up. and I'll just let it sit on the counter for about an hour. Then I'm gonna stick it in the fridge, and then I'll show you the next step when we make dinner later tonight. All right, so dinner is all made. I went ahead and just grilled those kebabs, and I am serving this with about a half of a cup of basmati rice. This is the brown basmati rice, and then I made some keto coleslaw. So let me show you how it came out, and I'm gonna sample the chicken just so you can hear how it tastes. So this is my meal. All right, we'll give our chicken a try. Tastes just like a Persian kebab. So that's it for me tonight. I'm done eating for the evening. I may have a little bit of air pop popcorn later, but I may not. I'm just trying really hard. I've got to do my weight on Friday with a body scan. So if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please consider subscribing. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications. And remember, I'm going to be doing a what I eat in a day video every day this week. So hopefully it'll keep you on track as well as me. So have a great day. Bye-bye.